evening and welcome to the Class of 2019 graduation ceremony. We are honored to be here tonight to celebrate the achievements of our students. Please stand for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner by the Westchester Middle School Band. The flag is located to the left of the stage. Please be seated. Again, thank you to everyone for coming to share in this special day with our 8th grade class. It is now my pleasure to introduce the school board president, Mr. Donald Slager.
Good evening and welcome. Can you hear me? Okay. I'd like to welcome parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, uncles and aunts, friends and family members to this special occasion for the graduation of the class of 2019. I'm Don Slager, president of the school board, and it's a privilege to have this opportunity to speak for a few moments with you this evening. First, I would like to ask my fellow board members that are here if you could please rise. As part of this welcome, I would just like to share just a couple little tidbits that the graduates are like, really? Well, you know, so since I have the parents here, I'd just like to share just a couple little things from a board perspective that you may be interested in. One, we're all taxpayers here, and you may not know that, but about 80% of our school budget comes from property taxes. And we do our best as a board to stay within our budget, and I'm glad to say that we have, again, a balanced budget this year. We have also been addressing residency concerns this year. And we know that if someone attends the schools here, we want them to live here. And so we've been making sure that that's true. And so we've been vigorously, aggressively addressing those residency concerns. We've also determined and prioritized a number of building projects over the years, and this summer will be no different. So during the course of the year, this summer, you'll see construction equipment happening in various buildings. We have old buildings, and they need to be maintained. And finally, more important to the students, we introduced and implemented this past school year a new math curriculum, and we have seen results that have significantly shown growth and improvement this year over recent years. So beside facilities, we're also concerned about curriculum, and congratulations on the successes that you have made as students. Tonight, however, our thoughts really should be focused on the students. And so these students that are behind me have what they have accomplished and what lies ahead. Many of you graduates have spent the last 8 years here. How many of you have been here since kindergarten? Now, I've been on the board since you guys have been in 2nd grade. And so I've seen you guys kind of come up through the ranks. And congratulations for you guys that have come through the whole Westchester school system from WPS, WIS, and WMS. It's our goal as a board to have given you a safe and comfortable learning environment and provide you with teachers and a curriculum that has encouraged you to learn is preparing you for high school and beyond. And regardless of what high school that you attend, it's our hope that your educational experience here will allow you to excel in all that you do while you're in high school, whether you're in the classroom or outside of the classroom, because we believe you can excel in both. Here at Westchester Schools, you've been blessed with a lot of opportunities, educational opportunities, that many students in other schools can only dream about. Some of you learned to play an instrument while you've been here at Westchester. Some of you guys have performed in your first plays or musicals. Some of you guys have been on sports teams or been on Destination Imagination. In 6th grade, many of you attended Camp Timberley. And in 7th grade, many of you attended the trip to Springfield. And just recently, you also had an opportunity to go to spend nearly a week in Washington, D.C. Not every student in this country has that opportunity, or even in this state. I was looking in U.S. News World Report, and it said the average high school graduation rate in Illinois is 89%. That means 11% of our approximately 100 students that are here, if we follow what the average is, 11% of them, or 11 of them, will not graduate from high school. It is our hope and our goal and our challenge for each of you that there won't be 11 students here, but we will have 100% graduation rate when you graduate from college. Your years here at Westchester here have been a preparation for high school and for college, and we hope that in 4 years from now you'll be standing in another auditorium wearing another cap and gown. So parents, I'd like to thank you for entrusting your son or daughter to the Westchester Public Schools. We hope and trust that you're pleased with the education they've received here. And graduates, may God bless you as you start a new chapter in your life.
Good evening. My name is Isabella Rentas, and I am proud to represent the class of 2019 as the top salesperson in the 8th grade fundraiser. Each year, the 8th grade class at Westchester Middle School participates in a fundraiser to help offset the cost of their educational tour of Washington, D.C. This year, the 8th grade fundraiser grossed $13,000. The class did so well this year, even after giving the highest percentage of sales to the tour, we still had money left over. With this money, the class will purchase a gift. We are pleased to donate our remaining funds to purchase a little free library that will be installed outside the middle school. Thank you. I'd like to now introduce Assistant Principal Richard Novy.
Thank you. At this time, I am honored to introduce our school officials. I would like to announce the Westchester Public Schools District 92.5 Board of Education. Donald A. Slager, President. Brian Votel, Vice President. Molly Kiraz, Secretary. Stephanie Boyd. Mary R. Douglas Pinajek, Rose Ortiz, and Dana Wesolowski. From Westchester Public Schools District 92.5, I would like to recognize administration and staff. Would you please stand? And now I would like to introduce our Student Council President, Josephine Becker.
Almost 3 years ago, I began my journey as a middle school student. In this time, I have grown and flourished with the help of my teachers and peers. I have crafted many relationships that have left an indisputable and invaluable impact on my life. Through my years here, I have experienced many things and learned the value of respect and hard work. I have witnessed my classmates display these qualities, whether it be through volunteer work or sportsmanship. and could not be prouder of the achievements we have accomplished together. As I look around this gym, I see people who have evolved and embraced their individuality. I see people who will continue to grow during the next 4 years of high school and will have an undeniably positive impact on society as young adults. I see people who have worked harder than they've ever worked before to get to where we are now. Most of us have been at each other's side since preschool, and for the first time in our lives, we will not be accompanying each other during the school year. Even in the face of this imminent separation, I know that the influence we have had on each other will continue to shape the people we become and will not be soon forgotten. Together, we sing the WPS theme song and chase each other around the playground. Together, we performed the 4th grade show and square dance during Colonial Day. Together, we showcased our artistic talents to the community, displayed our athletic abilities, volunteered our time to feed my starving children, time traveled back to the 1920s, and visited our nation's capital. Together, we have created memories that will last a lifetime and built friendships that will continue to shape who we are. As we walk across the stage into the open arms of our unknown future, I ask all of you to not forget the connections we have made and the community we have forged. Thank you. I would now like to introduce our Student Council Treasurer, Michael Swan.
Good evening, fellow classmates, teachers, faculty, staff, and families. First, I would like to thank my parents and all the parents for all of their support that they have given to us. And to all of my teachers, thank you for giving me guidance throughout the years. Today is a new beginning of many things to come. We can look at it as a new chapter in our lives. As we prepare to graduate and move on to high school, some of us may be nervous about moving on to a new school. Some may be nervous about losing friendships or even moving to a new city or state. However, we should look forward to these new and exciting times. We are about to embark on this incredible journey in our lives. We are going to make new friendships in high school and be educated by different faculty members who are also going to make an impact in our lives. We will face many challenges, yet these challenges will make us stronger. We will make mistakes in our future, and we will learn from those mistakes. We must realize that each and every one of us can make a difference in this world. That being said, let's start by being kind to one another. We need to believe in ourselves. We all have wonderful talents, so let's use those talents to our advantage. As composer and musician William Christopher Handy once said, "Life is like a trumpet. If you don't put anything into it, you don't get anything out of it." Once again, I would like to thank everyone who has had a part in shaping what we are and what we are to become. We are the future. Let's all be confident and make our future a successful one. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce our superintendent, Mr. Phil Salemi.
So welcome to the hottest ticket in Westchester tonight. Raise your hand if you had a ticket tonight. I want to see more hands up. Raise a hand if you asked for an extra ticket. So I want to recognize, once again, Principal Lieben, Assistant Principal Novi, all the WMS staff. Give them a round of applause. And I also want to thank the board members, although I'm not going to make them stand up again. I want to thank the board members and all the district staff, because they're everywhere too. So thank you guys. Give them a round of applause. Graduates, did you see that audience? There are literally hundreds of people here to support you tonight. And you know, when I was talking to you today, I was talking about gratitude, right? One thing that we have to learn when we get older, it's really important, these life skills that we teach you outside of the educational things that we teach you inside the class. There's life skills, and it's about gratitude. And all these people, friends, family, parents, grandparents, they all had a hand. The teachers, board members, they all had a hand in getting you to this point. And so I'd like you to please show them the respect that they deserve. Give them a round of applause. Can you be louder than that? They've got your hair. just a great group of kids. I have so much fun with them. That was the response that one of your teachers said to me when I asked her, tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when you think about this class. That's a pretty big compliment to say about you guys. And I know Mr. Lieben asked you yesterday and Mr. Slager asked you today, but many of you have come through kindergarten, correct? And I think that makes a difference. You know, you guys have come up through the ranks and you've learned the Westchester way. And I think that's what makes this class so special. And as you know from looking at the video this morning, just seeing the kids come in or seeing them outside, there's a lot of characters in this group, right? So just about a month ago, one of our graduates, Lily Camperta, said to me, you know, we never see you anymore. Are you even here? You're always in that house across the street. Well, Lily, that is my office. Thank you very much. That's a part of the Westchester charm, I think, right? But you know what, Lily and the rest of you, I'm not around with you guys, but you can ask the 7th graders if they see me. You can ask the 6th graders if you see me. You can even ask the 5th graders that I ask if they see me. But there's something about you guys that, you know, when I think about you, I just think that you got it. You just get it. Like, I know we've had conversations about expectations, but you're a pretty easy group to talk to, so I've kind of left you alone. So I think you should take it as a compliment. Not that I don't want to see, of course I do. You guys make me laugh, and you're always respectful, but it's more like you got it. So I'm pretty sure those of you out there know this, but I just wanted to tell you how much talent we have up here. And now you get your chance to shine in high school. After tonight, you're off to new schools. Well, here's a fun fact. 23 of them are going to PMSA. That's Proviso Math and Science Academy. And 23 are going to Proviso West. So that's almost half of our students going to Proviso schools. Then there's a group going to St. Joe's, Montini, Nazareth, IC, Timothy Christian. Timothy Christian. And then there are also kids going to Fenwick, Christ the King, Walther Lutheran, the Chicago Academy of Arts. And then we have a handful of students who are moving, whether they're moving out of town or they're moving out of state, and they're going to be in new locations. But no matter wherever you go, get out there and do good things, and always remember your roots here in Westchester Public Schools. Now, Mr. Slager said it, and I told you this today, and you know that I'm pretty serious when I say this. The expectation is that every single one of you graduates in 4 years. You understand? I don't want to hear about that 11%. The expectation is that you graduate in 4 years. Yes? Thank you. Give them a round of applause. The last thing I'm going to say to you, I'm just going to offer you a piece of advice. And it's about working hard. If you work hard, good things will happen. You're going to be tested. You're going to be challenged. You're going to have your doubters. But hang in there and work hard, and you'll be surprised what you accomplish. Instead of good luck, I say, make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2019. I'd like to call up Principal Lieben.
I almost felt like I was at church there for a second. I don't know if I was supposed to say amen or what. But public school, sorry. I do have a couple of final thoughts to this graduating class. When I was thinking about what I wanted to share, I thought about 2 items. Thoughts about what you are and what you will become. As you take your next steps into high school, your choices and opportunities will be there for you based on your hard work. I think some of you recently have realized that. My first thought was brought to us by our School Citizen of the Year, Isabella Rentas. I asked her to share a few thoughts on being named School Citizen of the Year at our assembly after spring break. Here is what she shared. I first want to say thank you for this honor. I was actually very surprised to win this award, not because school isn't very important to me, but because being a leader isn't always that easy. In this school, being a leader is very important. I define a leader as someone who helps other people become leaders as well. Being a leader and being a good citizen, especially in school, are often put together. There are two ways to lead, by doing the right thing or simply not doing what everyone else is doing when you know it is wrong. It isn't always easy, but you should remember that you only control you. Choose to be a leader, not a follower. Being a leader is not easy. Making positive decisions for yourself is even harder. I hope you have learned about yourself as an individual and learned from others that are sitting beside you. My second thought comes from the final song that our 8th graders sang as 6th graders and also concluded with their most recent performance. It was also the final song on our video for this evening. The end of the song, For Good by Stephen Schwartz. It states, "Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I've been changed for the better, and because I knew you, I have been changed for good." I hope your time at WMS and the people you have met and gone to school with has led you to be changed for good. Good luck to the class of 2019. Go forward and never forget you are warriors. Thank you. I would like to introduce WMS Assistant Principal, Mr. Novi, who will recognize our award recipients.
All right. I have the honor of announcing the names of recipients of various awards that were presented earlier today. Please hold all applause until the end of each group of awards. Students, please stand when your name is called. First is our department awards. Each department awards a student who shows advanced academic achievement and excelled performance in that subject. Science, Isabella Rentas. Reading, Isabella Rentas. Language Arts, Amani Robinson. Math, Natalia Sandoval. Social Studies, Sean Pondelik. Family and Consumer Sciences, Patrick Sanchez. Art, Michael Swan. Spanish, Isaiah Lusk. Creative Thinking, Antonio Strong. PE Health Male, David Lavera. PE Health Female, Josephine Becker. General Music, Sergio Barajas. Vocal Music, Julia Bloomhagen. Our next award is the West 40 Scotty Award, which stands for School Citizen of the Year. A Scotty is a student who has a positive attitude, strong work ethic, good leadership skills, and is a superb role model among their peers. Students are nominated and then a winner selected by the entire WMS staff. The following students were nominated for the Scotty Award. Please stand when your name is called. Julia Bloomhagen, Ian Figueroa, Brian Hereford, Lily Campirda, David Lovera, Isaiah Lusk, Olivia Markey, Maya Perez, Natalia, and the winner of the Scotty Award this year was Isabella Rentas. We now have our band department awards, and we'll begin with the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award, which is presented in recognition of outstanding achievements in the field of jazz as demonstrated through superior musicianship, character, and individual creativity. This year's winner was Charles Alcaris. Matt Giraldi Director's Award is presented in recognition of superior cooperation, communication, skills, leadership, musicianship, dedication, organization, interest in music, and other such qualities that are necessary to become a successful director. This year's recipient is Julia Blumhagen. And then we have the John Philip Sousa Band Award, which is in recognition of outstanding achievement and interest in instrumental music for singular merit in loyalty and cooperation, and for displaying those high qualities of conduct that school instrumental music requires. Michael Swan is this year's recipient. Maybe a smile next time, Michael. Next, we would like to recognize the students of the National Junior Honor Society. And these students are accepted into this organization by maintaining a 3.75 GPA for the previous 2 semesters, and they have completed 12 service hours in the school and the community. The students who have completed these requirements are wearing blue cords as part of their accomplishment. Will the following students please stand? Charles Alcaris, Josephine Becker, Julia Blumhagen, Ian Figueroa, Jocelyn Guandique, Vanessa Guillen, Aiden Kriska, Isaiah Lusk, Geraldine Montalvo, Sean Pondelik, Isabella Rentas, Samantha Serrano, Michael Swan, Daniela Villarreal, Madeline Walker. And now I'd like to welcome back Principal Levin to the podium to do the final 8th grade awards.
Our next award is the Marlon Shawky Award for Science. Marlon Shawky was a devoted parent and hardworking PTA president. Professionally, she was a microbiologist at Loyola University. She was a regular judge at the Regional Science Fair at IIT and the State Science Fair in Champaign. During her son Allie's 8th grade year, Mrs. Shawky tragically passed away from a brain aneurysm. To honor her years of dedication to the Westchester Public Schools, the PTA established this prestigious science award. This year, we had multiple students who received straight A's in science throughout their middle school career, so we had to look at percentages to choose a winner. This year's winner was Sean Pondelik. Our second award is the Larry J. Myers Award for Athletics, and it is awarded to 1 male and 1 female student who contribute most positively to the WMS competitive sports program in their 8th grade year. Mr. Myers was employed by the district from 1972 to 1994. He was a physical education teacher at Britton School before becoming principal at Kennedy School and my principal here at Westchester Middle School. Mr. Myers was a well-loved administrator who valued student achievement in the classroom and on the athletic field. Upon his retirement in 1994, the WMS PTA established this award for him. This year, the recipients not only played on 2 of 4 sports teams, but also demonstrated skills in those sports that showed leadership on their teams through hard work, positive attitudes, both in practice and in games. Our male recipient is Daniel Bradford. Our female recipient, Lily Comperta. Our final award is the Richard T. Kron Scholastic Award, and it is presented to the student with the highest GPA over 3 years at WMS. Mr. Kron was employed by the district from 1954 until his retirement in 1991. He was principal at High Ridge School and superintendent from 1972 to 1991. To honor his years of dedication to our district, the PTA established this prestigious Scholastic Award. This year's winner is Isabella Rentas. Please Please understand that this ceremony is a distinguished event, and we ask that everyone respect the rights of others by refraining from celebrating until the last person of each row has been recognized. We will call them by each row, and they know that at the end, they can get loud. We don't want anyone to missing the recognition of their name due to noise. Our class has treated this ceremony with dignity, pride, and respect, and we again ask you to do the same. At this time, I would ask Mr. Slager and Mr. Salemi to initiate our commencement. So that everyone can enjoy the commencement and hear all the names, please allow the members of this class to be recognized one last time as Westchester Middle School students. Again, we ask that you hold all applause until we have completed the names in each row. President Slager and Mr. Salemi, it is with great honor that I certify that these students have completed the requirements of elementary education for the state of Illinois and the Westchester Public Schools District 92.5. I present them to you for receipt of their diplomas. Josephine Marie Becker. Isabella Grace Rentas. Michael Joseph Swan. Charles Elliott Anthony Elcaris. Jaden James Allen. Jasmine Alvarez. Leo Alejandro Ayala. Sergio Celestine Barajas, Jr. Cameron Xavier Bell. Davion Cantrell Bettis. Abigail Leanne Bishop. Julia Catherine Bloomhagen. Daniel Brady Bradford. Litzy Yeremi Calderon. Edward Dion Kennedy III. Tayshawn Dante Carter. Bryant Linnell Cockrell, Jr. Madison Nicole DeJesus. Ryan Anthony Thomas Donaldson. Daniel Joseph Doyle, Jr. Row 1, please be seated. Row 2, please stand. Benjamin Alejandro Dunn. Isaiah Emmanuel Eason. John Cody Eaton. Chelsea Chanel Ellis O'Neill. Indira Patricia Espin. Jaden Alexander Fernandez. Ian Enrique Figueroa. Nicole Marie Flowers. Ethan Xavier Frazier. Elliot Quinton Galletti. Yahir Garcia. Jocelyn Christine Guandique. Oscar Armando Guerrero. Vanessa Guillen. Robian DeMarcus Harper. Brian Lee Hereford Jr. Tylis Malik Hicks. Shakira Armani Hodge. Row 2, please be seated. Row 3, please stand. Javion Anthony Terrell Hooks. Matthew Gregory Riebel. Ibrahim Musa Isa. Sebastian Jesus Izaguirre. Nadia Renee Jameson. Julian Xavier Jaquez. Jalen Jaheim Johnson. Ryan Michael Kalish. Christian Okorie Key. Alexander Christopher Kezios. Lily June Comperta. Aiden Robert Krishka. Bria Elise Shantice Lee. David Patrick Lovera. Isaiah Savion Lusk. Olivia Grace Markey. Lucia Teresa Markotic. Row 3, please be seated. Row 4, please stand. Joseph Daniel Martinez. Christian M. Martinez. Alec Joseph Mazakis. Vincent Thomas McDowell. Jaden Prentice Vernon McGee. Khalil Davion Miller. Geraldine Montalvo. Dino Mihail Murati. Luke Carson Murray. Kellen Darius Knowles. Nayeli Nava. Christian Chinamso Ohazarume. Maxine Elizabeth Olsta. Samantha Jean Olsta. Victoria Elisa Palomino. Adrian Xavier Perez. Maya Marie Perez. Row 4, please be seated. Row 5, please stand. Sean Richard Pondalek. Kalia Asha Preer. Sergio Alexander Pulberry. Michael Justino Edward Ramos. Ryan McKinley Ramsey. Montserrat Rico. Amani Rhea Robinson. Francisco Rojas. Zachary Adrian Roque Argueta. Patrick Joseph A. Sanchez. Marvin Lamont Sanders, Jr. Natalia Sandoval. Natalie Sophia Serrano. Samantha Viviana Serrano. Jacob Michael Setzer. Deshae Monique Smith. Danny Lee Stratus III. Antonio Nico Strong. Me too. Row 5, please be seated. Row 6, please stand. Don't worry, there's only about 7 more rows to go. All right, this row will make us proud. Here we go. We're going to finish. Richard Suddeth III. Jabari Earl Ontario Thurman. Diamond Amor Truman. Joshua, hold on, let me try this again. Joshua Uchechuku Anela Ugorji. Nazalia Marie Vasquez. Daniela Maria Villarreal. Maxwell Robert Votel. Madeline Ruby Walker. Ivy Angela Williams. Shamira Gabrielle Williams. Amelia Miriam Yala. Caleb Xavier Yates. Raul Isaac Zarco. May I present the Westchester Middle School Class of 2019 graduates recently. I ask that you remain seated until all students have exited the gym in the same way that they entered. Students will be going out to the softball field, so when you walk out the door, you'll turn to the right. Please meet them to congratulate them and for picture opportunities. If you'd like to come back in the building to take more photos, feel free to do that. Thank you.